Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguy.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Today we're discussing, of course, the AFC North race. This is week 9 of the race, and basically based around the mid-season area right there, and that's usually when teams start to, try to come alive, or they try to do what they got to do to see who they are, or trying to find their identity fully. But usually you have your identity found, through the first 5 weeks. But the teams in the AFC North right now are not finding their identity like that. They're going out there and having a lot of mishap and being inconsistent. Especially our Steelers, who started off, on 3-1, and then now they're 4-3 like that. Lost back-to-back games like that. Their last win coming against the Vikings before the bye week, and the Steelers just look a little shaky, of course, like that. And it's been defensively because at one point in the stretch on that 3-game winning streak, the defense is playing good like that, making plays, getting turnovers, but the defense is still not holding up on the back end in the secondary, and the pass rush cannot get there. The team's getting the ball out fast because we're playing soft coverage. There's so much space, you can get the ball out fast, and no one can get to a quarterback in 1 second like that. So you at least want your guys to be able to hold off on the back end to keep everything condensed in, but also you want to mix some things up defensively. But the Steelers have not done that. Terrell Austin, Coach Tomlin, whoever calling the defense, it's out of date. It's not the same anymore. That's why I said we need something different, some young gun type of defensive play caller, who can go out there and just utilize our playmaker. Cause we have the playmakers still to make plays and stuff and go out there and be effective. But I feel like the scheme, one of the things that's kind of messing us up, the soft coverage we kind of playing, and it's not really working out too well at all like that too. So yeah, the Steelers just haven't looked good in that department. And then offensively, the Steelers did something stupid yesterday. I feel like they still could have possibly won that game. They had mishaps where they couldn't get the ball in the end zone a few times. Of course, had self-fulfilled goals, but also in the second half of the game, instead of running the ball, they decided to get pass happy and hold the ball too long, took some sacks, had a turnover, the fumble that happened to Gainwell as well, and different things that was happening that was mishaps in the game. And then the personal penalties and boneheaded mistakes that kind of hurt them a lot too, because the Steelers rushed for 81 rushing yards in the first half. It was the run game was very effective in the first half. Jalen Warren had 50 rushing yards on 10 carries, and 5 yards per carry. And then we also seen, of course, Kenneth Gainwell had 3 carries for 30-something yards. So the run game was very effective. It was very effective in the first half, but in the second half, the Steelers did not rush the ball at all. They only rushed for 12 yards in the second half like that, which is crazy. You'd think you'll keep the rushing attack going when you was on pace to get 160 rushing yards in that game. And when the Packers started to come back and get some momentum, you should have ran the ball and used the run game to open up much more for your team. But the Steelers did not do that. They decided to play a random style and try to get pass happy. I don't know if they're trying to do that. Let's pass the ball so Aaron Rodgers can get a big game for his former team. No, we're trying to win. I don't care about that. You go out there and play to win, the formula to win. The Packers wasn't able to stop the run in the first half. So what you should do in the second half, keep running the ball like that. But the Steelers did not do that. And they lost that game, of course, blew a 9-point lead and lost the game. And now they're sitting at 4-3. Top of the division still, but 4-3 like that. You're keeping everybody in the division in it like that, because if you won last week against the Bengals and then you won this week right here, 2 games you could have won, but you made boneheaded mistakes like that, you would be sitting very comfortable right now. You'd be sitting comfortable at top of the AFC North. But now the AFC North is still open for everybody to get in there. The Bengals 3-5, same thing for the Bengals. The Bengals, I'm glad they lost, of course, but in speaking from a perspective of them, they should have won that game yesterday against the Jets. You're up by 15 points, I think 15 points. And then you blow that lead, of course, late in the game. You win that game, you'll be sitting at 4-4. And the Steelers just lost too. So you'd be like, 4-3. We already beat them once. And if you see them again, you might have an opportunity to maybe knock them down from you. But the Bengals lost too as well. So they lose a little control they had. Now they're 3-5. And then you look at, they have two more losses than the Steelers now and 1 less win. And then you look at, of course, the Ravens. The Ravens, they won their game against the Bears. They should have started Tyler Huntley probably weeks ago, but they started him this week, and he went out there and played good, and they won against the Bears. They had the Dolphins on Thursday. Now, the Dolphins are very flip-floppy, so sometimes they look very good, sometimes they look bad depending on what Dolphins you get, of course. But they had the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football, so we'll see how things go in that. But they're sitting at 2-5 right now, so they're still alive, of course. They're only 2 games behind of the first spot, and they have three more losses than they have 2 more losses than the Steelers and what's the name too. 2 more losses. Well, actually, they tied the same amount of losses as the Bengals as well. So yeah, so they still within it. And then the Browns, of course, sitting at 2-6. They just look bad in that game. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks in that game, but 5 sacks when the score was 30-7, something like that. Then they scored a little late touchdown at the end. I think like 32-13 or something like that. It was a bad game for them. They started off a little good, but then they just can't win like that. The offense is just too stagnant and stale. They can't get anything going, push the ball down the field. So yeah, so every team in the AFC North got a lot of flaws. So I don't know who's going to. I hope the Steelers win this division, but I feel like the winner of this division is still going to probably get eliminated first round. If they don't get it together. There's still a lot of football left. There's still a lot of weeks left to get it together. But right now, these teams are not really finding themselves. The Steelers started off good, and now they reached their slump stage right now a little bit. So we'll see if they find a surge to get back. It happen every year too. We'll start off good, and then we'll have the middle of the season we start tripping, and then the end of the season we'll have a surge. But hopefully this time the surge lasts in the playoffs if we can make the playoffs as well. So yeah, everybody in the division is kind of like they don't want to win it. They don't want to win the division. It's like you have a team have opportunity to take charge like that. And you're like, oh no, and another team has opportunity to take charge, but no, I want to win. So there's a lot of mishaps and stuff. And you watch a lot of these games. Every team in this game, every team in this division, defense usually is the strong part of each team. Except the Bengals. The Bengals are most in the past few years been offense, but the Ravens, the Browns, and the Steelers usually are known by defense. Especially the Ravens and the Steelers. I do not know what's going on with their defense. Now, the Ravens defense did play better against the Bears like that. But so overall through the season like that, you'd think that the focal point you can rely on when nothing else is working, be like, okay, I know the Steelers defense and the Ravens defense is going to be legit. But I don't know what's happening this season. This season has been not legit. It's been like bad, and they haven't been able to get anything, stop anything. The Browns defense has been good overall most of the part, but they have a few times where they allow teams to come in and stump them out. Of course, like the Lions. Of course, like the The Lions stumped them out. Who has stumped them out? The Lions got them. The Steelers got them. The Patriots got them for a big game as well. So they have a few games like that where they kind of messed themselves up too. So I don't know. The AFC North usually about toughness, but I feel like the AFC North teams have been all getting beat and they've been getting out-wheeled and out-physical. Usually we bring the physicality usually, but not this season. I don't know what's going on. So we'll see if the teams can figure it out and make some adjustments. The Ravens have the Dolphins. Who the Bengals have next? The Ravens have the Dolphins. The Bengals have the Bears. It was a tough game for them too because defensively they just can't stop anything. And then I think the Browns. Are the Browns on the bye week? I think the Browns on the bye week. And then the Steelers have the Colts. Now that's a very tough game for them. Steelers lose this game, they drop to 4-4. Depending on what happens with everybody else, you still top of the division with a loss, but you still keep everybody else in the division. But this will be a tough game. Now you're playing home. It's 12 o'clock game. You can definitely win. You could have won the past 2 games. You can definitely win this game if you play your style of football. But the main thing in this game is the Steelers allow too much in the air like that. And I feel like and then on the ground too, sometimes they have moments where they allow running backs to just go crazy. It's gonna be our first time playing elite level running back too, as well too. So you playing the best running back right now in the league, and Jonathan Taylor going crazy and stuff. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, of course. If I feel like if all fails like on defense, just you gotta go out there you gotta start playing aggressive on offense. I feel like, especially like yesterday, it's a few times they should have went for on 4th down. You can't rely on the defense to save you like it was a few years, like last season, a few years ago and stuff as well. Like that we could do in the old days, keep the game very close. That we won those games with Kenny Pickett and Justin Fields and everything. The defense was keeping everything close. But I feel like you're gonna have to go out there and play aggressive on offense. You have to go for it on 4th down. You're gonna have to push the ball a little bit as well and do things aggressively on offense because you cannot rely on your defense anymore to go out there and save you. So hopefully this game gets the Colts. They be aggressive on offense. Going for on 4th down, doing different things because you cannot trust the defense to save you. Trying to settle for field goals or punt the ball. No. You got to go out there and play aggressive a little bit and try to air this thing out a little bit if you can because they have a great offense with the Colts. They're playing very good. And our secondary, you think they match up well in some situations, but for some reason, they keep having us like it's a soft coverage. Like you playing 7, 8 yards off, and you playing against a quarterback who's good, they're gonna eat that up every time like that. It's just like throw dump offs. And most of the stuff that Jordan Love threw, a lot of that stuff came out of run out the catch, really. You know, they threw dump off to somebody and then run out the catch, big time gains and stuff as well, and just can't stop it like that because they playing soft coverage. So we'll see what goes on. But this is all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel, which will probably be tomorrow. But peace out.